And we are, in theory, streaming. So goodness knows what I'm streaming, because currently it's showing up as a black screen. So that's going well. Hold on. Just make sure the thing is working. I presume it is, but... we shall see. Actually, bear with me 2 minutes. We do have a 4th person who's just joined, which is why I decided to start this up right now. Just in case things do start. I'll explain Buu Mahjong as we actually get into that game, but for now, see if we can confirm if we are actually streaming this properly or not, because we would like to be. We appear to be. Okay, that's fine. So, stream is actually happening fine. No worries to worry about that then. Okay, we have a Debbie on her way. And then we get into Mahjong without Dora, without reach penalties, and without a number of other things as well, which will be interesting. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright, find online. It should just auto-match the moment anything gets ready. And we begin. So, Buu Mahjong. Basically, this is a game about staying above 6,000 points, which is the starting level. If somebody goes up to 12,000, the game ends. If somebody drops to 0, the game ends. All that matters is one of those 2 things happening, whether you are above or below 6,000 points. And then you score accordingly, which I have put in the bottom. I think this is an ongoing thing for about a week with an active lobby, so we'll see how many games actually happen and how long this goes on for. Having played a practice game of this really rewards being patient and not going overboard with hand types. But equally, if you can string together enough for a Mungan, you will just win on the spot. Defense is key. So is attack, admittingly, but you know, defense is going to be key here. There's also no penalty for carning. This is the one instance where carns are absolutely allowed because there isn't very much of a drawback, with the possible exception of restricting the number of yak you can actually get. Okay, so the game is Mono, Nazi, Werem, and myself. Okay. So we have what looks like an okay Honitsu attempt here. What we'll probably end up doing is just cutting the extra Yakuhai and seeing if we can stick on a Pinfu Sto. Okay, change plans. So we've got Honitsu here. There will be other games. There will be other games. This isn't going to be the only game tonight, and these should buzz through quite quickly. I know Kyrol said he was getting ready, so there should at least be 2 people waiting. It'll just be a case of some people are in, some people are out. I'm actually inclined to cut at this point, because we got East, so we can go Ton for dealership. Also got a possible Ippatsu on as well, so we always want to consider that. Okay, well that helps the Honitsu. We've got a potential Ippatsu. Mono disconnects, so we've got 2 to go here. Very likely we're just going straight flat Honitsu here for 2,000. If we can go concealed Honitsu, that's 3 Han. With reach is enough to just win the game outright, so we'll probably think about things there. Yeah, I was about to say I was disconnected on at 6, so that was in response to Mono, I think, rather than me, hopefully. Honestly, this could just be Honitsu Ippatsu, and then that just wins me the game. Okay. So we got a potential pair weight here. We got Ippatsu as a thing. 9 would be an okay draw. Well, let's just see. Multiple pairs available. We can draw either Any high dot tile will get us there. Basically, any dot tile gets us there, I think. Open Honitsu would be less valuable, but... Oh, I have to try for it. I have to try for it. It is not in me to give up a possible Itsu. Itsu, Honitsu, Mangan game. Actually, Itsu, Honitsu, Yakuhai game. That's Hanuman. Hanuman is just auto win. Okay, double freeze. Against Toy Toy. This is a winning hand, so we want to be going for this. Up against the Reach. 9 safe. Alright, Honitsu. That is game winning if we get the East or red here. This is a winning hand, so we're going to attack with it. Oh, somebody wants to push a Yakuhai. Nope. That might be game. In fact, that is game. GG. Round 1. GG. Reaching is dodgy in this one. And that was it. That was Buu Mahjong. But Lovey does track it. But yeah, it counts. Alright, game 1 is done. We're in straight into game 2. As I say, this is going to be very rapid fire here. The first practice game we did wasn't so rapid fire. It was a lot of quick cans. But yeah, reaching is dangerous. And we only want to be doing it if we're going to get the win. Really. Because it's one of the easy ways to get Mangan. And yeah. Reach plus a half flush. Absolutely. That is something we need to be worrying about going forward. Anyway. We're off to a good start. Combat Evi, Kyrol, Wareham, and myself into game 2. So we maxed out. Well, we didn't max out because annoyingly only one person fell down. So technically we only gained the points for one person busting and the other 3 out. So that wasn't as big a win as if, say, I'd have sumoed and got all of them below 6,000. I don't know if Debbie's actually involved. Oh, we'll see. But what can Kyrol do? The way this is probably going to work out is we do have a sort of rotation going on. There's about 6 players actually active, so if we miss one, we'll probably just have to spectate a previous game. So what happened there is basically all three of the people who didn't deal in gained plus 3 points. I gained nothing for being the one to actually win. That just meant the game ended. So going for bigger hands isn't necessarily the definite unless we need to. Alright, Carol attacking from there, so he might be on Honitsu, he might have a dragon set up. We'll want to probably see if we can snipe something cheap off him there. Other than that, we'll just build towards the 10 pin we currently got. Well, pin for you actually, rather than 10 pin. Okay, so Dragon Honitsu. So, potentially 4,000 points. In the meantime, we're not shaping up to get a strong finish. Well, I don't know, but we'll see. If we have to throw this 5, it's going to be extremely dodgy against what Kyrill's doing, so we'll have to hope we can get the 3 and then make something with the rest of it. I don't know. Doesn't want 7 dot. This also gives us a backup plan of just getting 7 pairs here. Drawing that means we cut the 1s and hope we can move this into a Pinfu Tanyo. Okay, that's good. We'll take that, because that expands this pair up. We got our pair kind of established here anyway. Free so doesn't really change the matter here. If we draw that, we get rid of the 1 anyway. Now I do wonder if I should have got 7 pairs. Well, it's done now. We know that can't be a 7 pairs tile here, so 7 pairs Ishanten. Oh, I'm gonna think about this a bit here. Because I could still go for the Tanyo. But I have to cut the 5. Cut the 5 or hope for extension. Nope. Okay. So we kind of chickened out of a 7 pairs option there. Best bet now is to hope for an extension on here or cut the 4-5. Which isn't exactly safe either in all honesty, but it seems safer than going and throwing middle Sozi tile against the Honitsu. Carol could of course be on Toy Toy, and I've also got to consider what the other players are doing really, because it's not definite that that is how this game is going to be set up. Could very easily go other ways. South. Oh yeah, you are allowed to watch this one. So currently we're trying to just dodge the Honitsu on the right at this stage and keep half eye on whatever else is doing. We have kind of time exhausted ourselves as well, because I had the option of switching to 7 pairs and didn't take it. But I think we're just going to go into a draw state here and move the rounds on. Which doesn't cost us anything to do so, really. So I could call this and risk the 5, but if that fails and backfires, we're in so much trouble. I will probably say that Carol is on a middle Sozi tile of some sort here. Red Dragon. He's played the red. Red is live though. Well, I'm not too upset with that result really. It doesn't really change how things are from our end. Red Dragon is not completely safe with this. We could try and cut it though. Oh, actually, no, it is safe. What am I thinking about? This doesn't do anything, but it gives me a shot at the 5-5 for Haite. No.
Tenpai.
I went 5-5 for Haite. You see, I would have been fine if I'd have cut the red. We didn't see the second one. I only saw the one. Alright. Rounds wins move on because nobody won the hand. And this looks okay. If we can get this 7 or complete this 4... Get 7 or 4 early, I think we got reasonable direction for this one. That helps. Got 1 for free 5 weight. Yeah, so this could very rapidly get to Pinfu. There are 1s. Get rid of a 9 in this case. Okay, Carol seems to be definitely trying to force that something there. Or has just had a string of last Manzu discards. So we're technically Shanten, but it would be a reach only, which isn't necessarily great. Kairo's called, so he's got a cheap hand. May be able to punish him for that later as well, depending. Okay, so he's... That seems a hard Honitsu force there. Ultimately, main point from us is just stay above 6,000. So the way we do this is just by not giving Chiral any points, if we can avoid that. So we draw a 2. We're basically in a Sumo only for the other 4. Don't want to play the red. We'll play the 8 for now. We can also cut this safely to Chiral if we wanted to, but we kind of were aware that was the thing anyway. The other thing you might be going on is something like Chanta. Okay. Alright, we're not going to take that Chanta chance here. It's a little cowardish, but we're going to just try and keep the game going at this stage. We know what Carol's likely to be waiting on. We're therefore going to avoid giving him things like that. Does mean our progression is kind of stunted unless a red dragon comes out, though. So what's everybody else doing? Worm also seems to be on a dot Honitsu. Only person who doesn't seem to be there is Debbie, who has just dealt in with that. So Honitsu for 2,000. So Debbie now goes under. Chiral is now on over. In fact, 3 of us are over, 1 of us is under. So currently, if this game would end right now, we would all gain plus 3 points. Because it doesn't matter who, it doesn't necessarily matter who's winning the game, although there is the aspect of I won. What's slightly more important is making sure that you stay above the 6,000 threshold, preferably being the only person to do it, but you know. This, though, looks like it's a very quick attacking hand. Oh, that's extremely good. White Dragon for Tenpai. With Tenpai, regardless of what we do with this, in all honesty, but we could potentially even do something weird with that. Alright, we'll cut south here. Because, well, it's a two-sided... It's not pin through, but a two-sided weight here doesn't seem like a bad idea. So we go reach and two-sided. Alternatively, if we're lucky enough to draw a white dragon, we could go into single weight either on the 7 or something, not sure. Also the chance of Ippatsu-ing this as well if we were to draw the 8 or 6. So Riichi Ippatsu, and that would be fine. Debbie overcalls. Because in that sort of way, Buu Mahjong, the position doesn't really make that much difference. But it doesn't really change a lot, but it means we get rid of that anyway, and we kind of mask. I don't know. I don't know whether that masks our weight or not, really. We have an opening to a free-sided weight, I suppose, if we draw the 5. Gives us the 369. If we draw a white dragon, we don't want to be in a 7 or 4 weight, really. We want to wait in something better. And we still have the chance to be Peiko, so I'm not going to cut that just yet. Because it's all about just getting these small Yaku set up, really. So we want to make sure we have Ippatsu as a possibility. We want to make sure we have White Dragon as a possibility. Alright. Riichi Ippatsu, potentially. 5-8. We might also stump somebody with the White Dragons, because if somebody's got a pair of them, they'll want the final one, and if somebody gets a single one, they're going to think twice about discarding it. Sumo here would be awesome, because that puts another person under. Pursuit Reach. Looks like both of us want... Well, it looks like we're in once dot tiles. So, could be on the same vein here. Two's been played. Carol playing safety as well. Of course, I don't look like I'm on a dot weight, so there is that slight chance that comes out on that basis. Riichi Peiko. Which is game. And again, one person below. So we only get 3 points for that. I mean, technically I won both games, but that doesn't actually mean anything. Quick break, I think, just on things here. There might be another game in progress, actually, coming to this. Did we miss a game? Nope, we are just going straight into another one. Alright, game 3. So far we've been up in 2, but the real win is getting a mass load of points. Yeah, so basically +3, +3, +3, +9 situation rather than anything else here. Alright. Dealer turn in. So really, name of the game, get as many people below as possible. Because if 2 people are below, both the players who are above get better points. As that happens in both of those games, it was 3 people in, 1 down. So 3 for 3, 9. Alright, Nazi with the attack. Should be our first game of this basically went the distance. Alright, Debbie calls her wind. So she has the Yahoo at the moment. We're still looking to try and either tan pin or pin through this. Also, that might just help the audio. We'll see. Almost certainly has, because I've realised it wasn't on cardioid, which is terrible. So apologies. Alright, carting is basically free in this version, as mentioned, so... The only downside, of course, is, I mean, concealed cards are always worth it. The open cards, depends whether you get the hand or not. In many ways, it'd be better for this... Okay, sumo. Right, so the important thing with this now, the game is now on. Azzy with Green Dragon only has just picked up 500, 500, and 1,000. So 3 players are down, 1 player is up. That is the key equation going into East 2. I mean, the hand's okay, but I need a bit of luck to make this do anything, really, value-wise. Alright, we can give him the red safety. Triple at the 8s. So we won from Tenpai. Alright, green was passed. I mean, Kyros just complained it would be useful if we had 2 more players. I mean, I've done as much advertising as I can for this nonsense. Alright, he wants to deal a button. Nobody wants to deal a button. So we're currently looking to get rid of this rather than the 7 right now, just because of the fact it is a 7. North has no benefit to us. Okay, let's cut the 2 free. We'd have to cut one of these anyway, and since we've got a pair of 9s, we're unlikely to be going for that style of weight at this point, but... Okay. New plan then. Dodge. So we see 3 of the 8s. If we knew what the final one was, we'd be quite happy with the position. Okay. We can play the 7 in this position. We know he doesn't want it. And we've got to save tile for next turn. Okay. Key here is to try and get the points back off Nazi if we can. 6 is dodgy. Pass though. Okay, so all the 8s are gone. So if it's 9s, it's... No, so the 9s are absolutely safe, is what that basically tells us there. We have the option of an open call, but I feel that would be a bit suicidal right now. Sha. Yep. See a couple of those, should be fine. Ultimately, though, we need to do something with a 7. If we draw the 5, we'll go throw the 2 and see if we can make something work with that, but 2's not safe. I'll save some 9 actually on this. Reasonable but not definite. So I suppose Tanyo is a thing we could go for after all, actually. Well, Debbie's actually made this safe for us, which we're going to be thankful for here. Could have kept it and get the 9 possible as well, but But we already have 2 save tiles. We need to bypass 1 more anyway, so... Last set. Okay, so we're safe for the round. We lose nothing by being Noten here. Unfortunately, Debbie has just dealt in. Okay, Riichi only for 2,000 points as dealer. Now, because a dealer won, the dealer gets to repeat. So this is the only instance where we have a repeat. In any other situation, even just being Tenpai at draw state, rounds will move on. So Wareham gets to have repeat with 1 Honda. So slightly more points on offer this round here. We need 1,000 points to get back on top, so it's something we are going to have to try and work towards. But this does not look like a good hand for that at the moment. Unless I can pair up another 4 and then get extremely lucky. South. Nine's marginally better here. Sports Jong! Quite so. Not quite the World Series, though. Although I suppose we do have some representatives of various countries here, so maybe it is the World Series. Okay. 7 pairs is an option we can go on. It's not a good option, generally speaking, though. Cut the 9 for now, see what happens. We need to pair up a 7 or get rid of a 7 for 7 pairs to really work, but I don't have a lot else to do with this anyway. Fun thing would be, as I say, draw the pair of 4 dots and see if we can get a Doko on. But that's slightly less likely with Nazi's call there. Good news is that tells us to get rid of this. Okay, 11 more draws. We can definitely get the 7 pairs from here. Tanya, 7 pairs. Direct hit on either Nazi or Wareham, and we are back in business. From a pure points playing mechanic, we want to get points off one of these 2. Alright, 7 pairs it is. We know 2's the least likely to come off because we see a couple of those. Followed by the 4, 6 and 7. Problem with 6 and 7 in the 7 pairs weight though, neither of them are very likely to be played. Same with 4 actually, but you know. You might find more people, this is true. You do have this option. You always have the option of trying to stream and increase viewer counts. Okay, options. 4 is less likely, but having discarded the 4, I'm now going to get the 4. I know this. Well, I mean, so far we blitzed through games 1, 2, and 3, so this is by far the longest game, having gone into the 3rd game. 9 had been an okay keep, actually, for 7 pairs, but one's been played. We might do, we'll see. I remind you, though, that people are in the chat who aren't necessarily, you know, listening in, but might have a chat open. Still, if you want to threaten a Suanko. Okay, so calling this doesn't really advance us anywhere. We're kind of stuck with that. 6 is interesting in this position. But we see one's been played, so we'll hold off. Could have broke 7, I suppose. I mean, you didn't have to quite go for that, but you know. 1 7 dot played. In fact, 2 7 dots have been played. Alright, we're going to cut the 7 dot here. North is fine, we haven't played one yet. 1's been played, and North is a reasonable thing for a 7 pair weight. Well, who am I to judge what the tile gods say I must do? Toy Toy Sananko, though, would be fine if we drew the... well... Ultimately, I just want to see if I can get these two under, if I can, but... This is true, I had to do that, but in fairness, I'd also win on, which I probably shouldn't have had on. It's just how I default play from now these days. But that was probably the mistake I made, ultimately. Alright, Debbie with a call. So, 4 more draws. The hand is... the maximum hand is possible. Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm well aware of the maths on that. Oh, darn it. Well, we play the safe tile for the moment, and then we debate whether... I think the only reason we would now go into the Yakuman is if we actually draw it here. Because this is very, very, very dodgy. This won't pass. I'm this late in the game, obvious Honitsu is obvious. Alright, Debbie Carnes, there's no downside to that. It does reduce the number of potential draws. Could be a Tanyo, admittingly. Nope. Alright, we're gonna have one last shot. We can call for Toy Toy, potentially Sananko. But we're not gonna get that now. We're gonna get it to Tenpai. Oh dear god! Haite Yakuman! Come on! No. Oh well. Oh, I had one shot at the Haite. Didn't work. Not expecting it to. Well, that was a fun end. So now we calm down and go back to a realistic hand, which from here, got a reasonable shot at Sanshikyu. Alright, Debbie with a turn 2 reach. That is problematic for us. She's not sitting south, so we'll just play that at the moment. Play the normal game where we can, and she just goes Riichi Bet Sumo. Reach Sumo. No Ippatsu, obviously, in a thing. Alright. The game position is now flipped. I am now the only person down, so my whole 6 points is going to be flushed down the drain here. And I had a good hand last time. This, though, isn't bad. This, though, is not bad at all. Look at that. I've gone from a Yakuman Tenpai to just being in dead last. In a matter of seconds. So he's considering the West call, but okay. Debbie wants more attack. Good draw. So hope to draw a 6. Hope to go into possible Itsu, I guess. It's very swingy, which is by design. The thing is, and I think this is what we realised in our first practice game, defense is key, which it doesn't feel like the right thing to say about the format that is based on absolute out-and-out speed. But yeah, defense is key. So here. We do need a little light. 9 or 7 gets us two-sided pin through Tenpai. Right. How do we cut the 7 against that hand? I don't think we do. Well, half shot of being able to force it though. The vein looks safe. Oh, they've sumoed. Cheap hand again, but Reach Sumo is automatically there's automatically 1,000 going away from me here. Alright, 27. That also puts 2 down, so it's 2 up, 2 down. With East 4 now starting up. We got good hand after good hand that just has not been fast enough for one reason or another. Okay, pair established. Hope to draw something here that allows us to build on and go for a quick pin 2 hand. Because we can do with some points. Okay, so Pintu Ipeiko is our high end, I think. Let's get rid of 7 now, because that's 7-4 are going to be dodgy if we leave them. And potentially we get some more options by being in a Sozu thing. There was a marginal chance of the Sanshiki if we get the 7, but... Ryan Peiko is a thing we could try and move towards, but it won't happen. But we'll see. We'll see. No, risk the red. Derby with the attack. See, that's the side I would like to have cut. Ishanten. And go for Pursuit and hope that we can get that working. Oh, that's a pain. Played an early one. It's double CG. The 8's not safe either. Alright, fine. Yeah. Single weight. So we were banking on that being low. Could have been worse for us, in all honesty, from that. Could have been far worse. Alright, dealer turn. Absolutely have to win this one. The 8 wasn't safe, the 7 wasn't safe, and I had to attack. So I figured I'd attack with a more dangerous one. Alright. North. Still 2 up, 2 down. And an absolute requirement that I win this hand. Okay. Potentially Tom. Missed the chance of a double Yaku High. This is not feeling good for me right now. That, though, is an improvement. Okay. That, though, might be game. Yeah, so the Chitoi. That is me out, and that is a 1-free swap. Darn it. That might just put me dead last. Unfortunate stealth weight is unfortunate. Well, let's see you guys again. Not the worst, but I am -3 now, so that is negative points. We don't like being negative points, sir. That's the only plus side. Nobody's pulling away, but yeah. Including the other one I played, though, I've gone 1-1-1-4. So I know we didn't count that first one I played because that was a test match, but -3 overall. All you need to do is a big dealer Hanneman. There we go. Yeah, 6 points is nothing in this format, though. Although, admittingly, well, we'll see. Because ultimately, the way that should really have played out based on optimizing points is they should have held off the win, ignored my win, and tried to take the win off somebody else to put them below points. They should have tried to nab some. Yeah, so yeah, they should have tried to snipe somebody up to play for that 9 weight, especially after I played one. Because it's a tile that would have been discarded, and yeah. Anyway, I will stop explaining how best to play that one, but we'll see. Because it's not about taking the win, it's about making sure that as many people are below the line as possible. Which I think is the thing that I am suddenly having to learn about this mode. Good draw. This is a fast hand. Better if I could draw some middle tiles here, get rid of the other set. Oh, that was a misclick. Okay, fine. Alright. Well, if I lose that later, it's my own fault. I shouldn't have misclicked. Because now we're trying to force the Honitsu in. Or bluff a Honitsu, who knows. So 1 from Tenpai here. We actually have pin through if we draw a 6, so... trying to work out if this is going to be better for us. I think it is, because this means this is Sanchiku. We're going for value a little bit here, but if we can pull off value, then absolutely we'll take it. Mono just going for a quick win. Or Honitsu. by reaching now. There's an argument you lose nothing for reaching this, but... Let's see, man. Okay, so now 3 of us are in a position here. That was actually game. So 1 up, 3 down. Pretty much. So that's ultimately the win there. You pull that off, you do win. What I should have done is signal 6. But who knows. I can't do much of that. That's basically me out of this unless I can pull off the exact same event. We'll see. Did the other game actually start up? Don't know. No, that was the extent of Buu Mahjong. Yeah, we'll see. There's a reverse is possible. A reverse can definitely happen. Although you only lose 9 for that. In many ways, the way the point system's worked out, ultimately the winner is going to be the one who lucks into that sort of hand the most often. Still? We'll see on that. Depends how many games actually get played. Because I'm probably only going to be playing the games tonight, and that might be it for me for the rest of the week, in all honesty. But we'll see. Well, it's not about that. It's about making sure you maximize the win by taking out as many other people as possible. The winner won't be the person who, you know, plays the most defense. It's the person who's actually able to take out the other players below 6,000 to pick the maximized points. Because just going out and winning, like the first couple of games have been, by knocking one player down, doesn't actually score you that much. You need everybody else to fall down. You need to try and pick the battles a little bit. But then somebody else could easily, as we've seen, just come out with an immediate Mungan from the start, and that is game. Meanwhile, on our end, we have a blinding start. This is done near Tanyo Pinfu. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Draw a 5, then we're in for... Actually, I need to pair... yeah, I'd have to pair this up, so I'd have to go with that. 3-sided weight. 5 doesn't help me. Mono is in a Manzu Honitsu, so yay. I have to do it. Okay, doesn't want a 9, or at least doesn't want a 9 yet. We can call for Tenpai, but that doesn't seem great right now. We can go for higher value. White Dargon. Okay, 5 or 7. Preferably 5. Yeah, that was silly of me. Doesn't matter. Well, Seamoing anyway is probably beneficial as the dealer, so we'll take it. If we can force some people to fold off, then fine. That's my reasoning. It's not the good reasoning there. Should have spotted that. So expecting the 5 and then seeing the 147 weight. I didn't actually even... I've not been playing well recently. I've just done that far too often for my own sanity. Yeah, doesn't matter. If we sumo, we'll get all the rewards. We deal in, we will try and dig ourselves out of this darn hole again. I mean, for it to end with a good weight, really. Good news is nobody's playing my winners out, so there's that. Wrong 8. And this game. Well, I don't like the game, depending. No, I lose 4. Yeah, this game. There you go, Mono can have a Mungan. That also happened indeed. That's 2 games you've been in that have lasted 1. Doesn't matter, I balls that up anyway by myself, so I didn't need to necessarily go in out of that. Yeah. I don't know. What am I talking about? No idea. It's fine. I didn't play that well. I didn't deserve to pick that one up. Here we go again. So Mono's 30. Nazi is massively in the lead as well, so we'll see. Starting dealer. Play the 9. So we've got options here to try and force a Honitsu. We've got, other than that, not really a lot else going with us here. Pretty much the plan here. I'm not trying the Chin just yet, but maybe I am throwing the Chin away just yet. Yeah, Chin for now. One he's down. Let's probably bring out the other one. I mean, it's fine. It's how it typically is, and these games are going too quickly for anybody to really take notes. Well, at this point, we just need to get any hand before a Mungan happens, really. The way this is so far gone. I think the 12 ceiling has been the main crippling factor of gameplay flowing here, because at this point, I'm just not getting into games. I don't know, do I even want to do that? We do have a pair established, but we have another pair as well. So the last chance to get rid of a risky tile if you want to keep it. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Alright, we have 2 definite safe tiles for the rest of the game. Two-man's not helping us at this point. No one's going call crazy just yet. The jam is not flowing in my general direction right now. sure that's true on all honesty, but it's fine. One side isn't helping with tile compliance, but equally... Equally, the only other option to get rid of are 2, which forces me to 1, 2, 3, or the 1, which forces me to get rid of a pair later down the line. At this stage, I've got other things I need to get rid of. I haven't drawn a single connecting tile up to the point to get rid of that 1, so there's an argument I could have kept the 5 and gone for more middleweights, but yeah, there we go. That's my first opportunity to really get rid of it and advance the hand somewhat. So we're looking at Tenpai for either the pair weight or the 3 or the 4-7. Most likely the 3. So this is working out. Well, pair weight actually be more likely. We'll see. Okay, so north's out as a weight. There are still a couple of 2 dots. It's worth reaching with though. Probably is just on the basis of how this format is. And I'm going to run off anybody here because his hand is basically no value. Could have tried to be patient with that, and actually if we'd gone the other way, we'd have just immediately had Nazi deal into us. Not that Ippatsu is the thing in this format actually, but... There. Well, there we go. Don't lose anything for the reach if nothing else, and that is just a quick Tanyo. 4 below the line. Nazi in the pound seat. East 2. Okay, some options here. I keep looking for Dora. It's kind of now been ingrained into me to just keep looking to the top left to find out what Dora is and just... Oh dear. I'm going to get back to playing normally and I'm just going to forget to look at Dora again. Not that I don't do that all the time anyway. Alright, high end we got an Ippatsu, Sanshiki rather, so I'm going to lean to the high end for the moment. But we'll aim for the most valuable hand available at this point. Is there a way you can make that happen on Soul, the current rule set? Or, I mean, it's fine at the moment. We've started. We might as well continue with it, but this is true. I don't know whether I want to force this or not. Need some time here, because if I try and force the Sanshiki, I'm basically committing to not. No, okay. We'll hold off for now. Yeah, reach costs 0 in the format, so reaching doesn't lose us any points. The downside of that is you are then just immediately on the roller coaster and hoping that nobody else develops. Okay, 1 run. So yeah, we're far more likely to be leaning to something like Pinfu here, or Tanyo. Well, not Tanyo anymore, really, but still could technically do it. Both pairs are also awkward to get rid of. Yeah, I'm not saying this is a good hand. Not in the slightest, but... Now I'm reasonably glad about having these available. Still. Ooh, that's dodgy against that. Reach Ippatsu Sumo for... Well, not that Ippatsu is a thing, and I keep saying Ippatsu Sumo, but... Reach Sumo, and 2000. Alright, game evened up a little bit, but nothing really too much to worry about at this point. We're just sitting in last at the moment, under the threshold. Only 1,000 points off it, though, so... Any win will take us back into positive. Possibilitsu. possible Sand Cube as well, actually. Well, let's hope we can draw some Sozu then. Nothing else, we'd like to draw the 5 quite soon. I mean, drawing the tile you need is usually the way to go. Drawing multiple tiles that you need, that's the true way to win Mahjong. Alright, Debbie calling her wind. 8 for the moment. I wonder if we can go that way instead. Let's go for the 9-8 first. That was an argument we should have got rid of a 2 before this, but doesn't matter. We've done it now, so we shall continue. Alright, Sanji-Q Part 1 assembled. So because of that, we'll be cutting the 2 rather than the 1 here. Okay. Back on the possible Ippatsu plan. Although we have Pinfu, just if we can get the 2-5 at this, well, 3-6-2-5. So reach Pinfu, 2,000 points. This is where I now draw the 5 and regret, but fine, we've started now. Getting rid of the middle 5 is going to be awkward, but potentially doable. We can always discard the 9 for it instead if we... Okay. Lots of attacks happening. Annoyingly, that's a lot of my potential winners gone here. Should be fine for a turn or 2. Lost all the 6s, we see quite a few of the 9s and 8s. Not a definite safety, of course, but... Yeah, it's probable. It's probably... Well, I don't think it's Honitsu. You can get rid of tiles on that basis for that. Might have Sanji-Cube. Unlikely they're going for Chanter or anything like that based on that board. It might be bonus tiles. There's still the Haku, still the Hatsu, still East technically all available. Might be Honitsu. Might even just be cheap hand for dealer repeat, in all honesty. I think the 1 and the 1's a bit early for the Honitsu, because I think that was before the call as well. It's possible. It's definitely possible, but that's not where I'm currently looking at it. Also, all my potential winners from this are just evaporating. So, the question is now, when do we bail? Honitsu on the left means the 4-5 is awkward. Get rid of a pair of 9s, and then we'll see what we can develop from that. Hopefully we can draw the 3 and get back straight into a Pinfu. Oh yeah, I know it was. I'll just get rid of a pair of 9s for the moment. West should be safe. But ultimately we're just getting out of this one. Okay, pair weight. Oh, that was a pair weight on Hatsu side only, but that puts now Worm into a 3 down position. Up and 3 down, and a dealer repeat. So more chance of just absolutely drawing that Hanneman Sumo. This has legs. Oh yeah. I mean, ultimately, the only thing that matters in the sort of comeback situation is being above the 6,000 threshold. My comeback isn't even necessarily to get ahead of Wareham; it's to get ahead of the 6,000 threshold. So yeah, 1,000 points to comeback is nothing really. Let me say, this is quite a good quick pin-fu attack hand. Fortunately, giving Rome some stuff there. How do I think about this? Cut for 6 for the moment. It's not a bad plan. It's certainly been known to work. It's no Suanko Tenpai in the final discard. Looks like we'll be on a 4-7 way, which I don't like being on. One already out both as well. Alright, there's some carnage. South does nothing. It should be okay at the moment. That was okay at the moment. I mean, I couldn't really have overcalled that anyway, but on an actual table, I'd be tempted to have done that anyway out of spite. Alright. Let's go. We're up against a definite Honitsu, but... but that just means they're going to play their 4-7s if they have them. I'll take the Ippatsu off of Debbie. Not that we get Ippatsu, obviously, but reach Pinfu. Alright, so it's now 2 up, 2 down. And we have this now dealt to us. We have 8. 8 is not a good number. 8 is a terrible number. It is a terrible format to be considering what I'm considering, but I want to go for it. Even though it is an absurd thing to be trying to go for. Fuck it. Fuck it. Patrick, I'm aware you've been given a warning on this, but people are allowed to read the chat. People who are actually in games on my stream. So I'd prefer if we didn't have actual confirmation about what my hands are. I'm going to force the Honitsu even if we don't go for the Kokoshi at this point. So we're just going to hard force it now and see if we can develop it later. Okay, punished. At least when we get into specifics about certain hands anyway. I'm tempted to call the second one, but we'll see. Problem is, in this format where it's massively fast hands, I'm not sure this is even really a viable play at all. The only problem with getting the one more is that we end up with a position where we have two identical tables for many matches. Which is fine. It's just that I allow people to still read the chats and comment on things, which obviously does have the slight drawback that if people are telling people what my hands are, while I'm not accusing people of cheating, it is possible for them to do so. Okay. Well, it's annoying that we didn't get this ahead of time, but I think now we're on the Honitsu plan. Exactly. Dama's not a bad way to go, but you do gain it is the extra 1,000 points, which depending on how many you need, yeah, is a thing. Oh yeah, sassing other players is definitely required. Sassing me is always required. Alright, let's see how we can do with this. It begins. Yes, but I'm not a fan of the emotes. I've never been a fan of the soul emotes. Because I am a strange person like that. I don't have a problem with them, generally speaking. All I have a problem with is people spamming the hell out of them. Alright, so now we've got interesting defensive options. Which is the one good thing about the Kokoshi, generally speaking. You always seem to have good discards available. Oh, that was rough. That might be a game. Breathe gently. Alright, Nazi's still not high above threshold at this point. And we prefer to keep Nazi below threshold if we can. Alright, deal a turn, have south in the south round. Could be worse. Could be worse. Well, it's not necessarily about killing off Nazi, but, you know. It means Nazi will get a negative score. Currently 2 up, 2 down. So we are looking at just a quick attack here. So is Nazi, because Nazi only needs 100 points to get back onto into plus status. This isn't really a good hand to be attacking with as Dealer, in all honesty. That makes it slightly better. Alright, who wants a Dargan? Nobody wants the Dargan today. Alright, where I'm reaching from the lead. Well, somebody appears to be able to take it. Debbie does. Was West Wind, but with two of them played, it's probably fine. Nazi dealing into Warren would be fine. Do we take the risk with this one? No choice, gotta take the risk of it. Land up. Start playing some terminals and see what we can do. Yeah, rather definite safeties. Thank you, Worm. Well, one from Tenpai if we can make the 6 pass. Doesn't seem like a very likely contender for it, though. 360? No, just a freeway, actually. But 1300 puts Debbie down to 300 points. So Nazi does not have long to try and secure his position here, but he is the dealer for it. Our starting hand is meh. It would be, and obviously it'd be worse for us as well because we want points. We need Nazi to stay under so we get more points. We're in cahoots here, right? We're definitely in cahoots to help this game state remain as is. Two North's been played, we can throw ours out. Because this is Buu Mahjong, so basically we only started with 6,000. I have the rules posted underneath, or at least the rules as they are at the moment. But this is a weird format. I mean, it's fine. It's a weird format that isn't really massively out there at the moment. Just Kyril set up this this thing for it, and we are currently buzzing our way through games at this stage. We're on the attack again. Not sure how I feel about this in all honesty. Oh, now I really don't know how I feel about it. I should play safe. Yeah, Kyril tends to do a weird format of Mahjong on Sundays, so this is what we're currently doing, the latest in addition of that. I've got to be honest, I'm less of a fan, but only because I don't have a game flow, which I think is my problem with it. It's very difficult for... so head bump is a full rule that I actually like, but basically, if two people can win a hand off of a discard, the next player in sequence gets to win, not that. Okay, sumo. How big's the sumo? Please don't be huge. Ah! Oh. God darn you, where Oh no, I'm still on 6-3. I'm 6-3. Okay, that's fine. State of affairs has remained. State of affairs has remained. I stay on up. So that's 2 up, 2 down. Alright, I should probably find this darn table that Carol's been doing at this point here. So I'm aware there are enough games for multiple tables going on at the moment. I don't know if the other game actually started. Doesn't look as if it has. Hashtag get in. Hashtag time for John. I think that might just put me back to 0, I think. I'm trying to remember what the actual thresholds were for a... Sorry, I actually gave these to Debbie a while back, so let me just go and scan through that, because it's the easiest way I can get it up. Team is up, so okay, so we both got 5 from that, so actually I'm still down by a point, I believe. Minus 18. Oh yeah, I had last in a couple of games. I don't know, I've not been tracking things. Yeah, later, sir. Alright, so Mono, Dingo, and Nazi in this game. Yeah, I didn't think I was doing quite that badly, but yeah, I clearly am. Ah, well. So this has been fairly rapid, but I've not got into a rhythm yet today, and honestly, I've not been playing that well anyway. So, yeah. Doesn't matter, though. This looks like an okay-ish hand. We can probably get the tan pin here quite easily here. Hopefully tan pin Ippatsu, and... yeah, we'll see. Don't need the 9. Turn the Shanten with that. Tenpai, but we're going to hold off. Take the win if it comes, but obviously want to try and move this to game 2 as well. Gain a few bonus points. Also potentially switch this back around to Tanyo. Who knows? Maybe even draw the 8, draw the 6, and then switch it to Tanyo Sanchiku. I wonder if there's a point to that swap. Probably isn't. Play the 1. One 5 has already been played, so just to add to our potential problems. Nazi with a reach. Tile on that end, in all honesty. One's not safe either. Alright, let's go proceed reach. Darn it, we could have got the path progression now going to have. I'm going to hit the 6. I'm then going to hit the Sanchiku, aren't I? Just for lols. Bad weight is bad. Regen. Alright. So 1 down, 3 up. Worth a whole mighty 3 points if this remains as is. But yeah, I didn't have a safe tile. I didn't want to throw either 4 or 6 against Nazi at that point, so I don't actually know what they were waiting on, but Felt bad, so we'll carry on. 4 pairs. Suppose it's a possible Sanchiku, possible Doko as well, actually, if I get extremely fortunate with things. That's an okay draw. So potentially just moving it back to Tanyo. Or towards Tanyo anyway, with a pair of 1s it's unlikely to be properly Tanyo. Manzu Honitsu on the left, most likely. Go that way round with it. Given a 6, I had more of a chance of going for a Sanchiku, but I don't think I'm getting the 5 out of this anyway. Yeah, that's oh no, that was an error. That was an error. Alright, fine. Safe tile then, we're just hoping to get the 6. See, I'm not on it at the moment. That was concentration lapse. Doesn't help that Mono is playing all of the 6s, and in fact all the 6s are now gone, so this is now basically useless. So bye bye that. We've now gone back a couple of steps, all because I overplayed a tile there. Not sure it would have been massively beneficial anyway to keep the pair of 8s, but certainly more so than it would have been otherwise. That being said, we kind of rapidly got ourselves back into a position. If we actually draw the 5-man, we're in business. Oh, we'll have some points back, sir. The good news is, I'm still plus. 2 hands done. Situation unchanged. My dealer turn. But yeah, I misplayed that earlier. Yeah. Well, Dingo on the attack. South call from north, so looking like going for a forced Honitsu. Let's see if anybody can use these. Good draw. So I reckon Mono's got the East, unfortunately. Throw that out because we've got more chance of getting something useful around here. We're not far off. Downside is probably going to have to give up this East to do it. Okay. Well, there's no East. Well, had 1 and was hoping anyway. So 1 from Tanyo. So yeah, we have Tenpai. No, can hold off for the moment. There's definite upgrade to this hand. And while the dealer threat would be nice, I think we can do better. But who knows? Maybe I am completely delusional. Alright. head off Nazi for seat wind only. So we're back to 3 up, 1 down, but a different person is currently down, and that person is currently the dealer. Okay. I mean, game's still going on. We're at East 4. A few 1,000 point hands have been throwing around. Situation is still 3 up, 1 down. So what I can really do with this. It's card potential, admittingly, but well, the problem is not all the people who are up are only up by a few hundred points. There's not that much really threshold at this stage. I mean, Nazi could just sumo and immediately go into a reverse 3-1 at this point. Oh, good draw. Yeah, we want to make sure we get optimizing our chances of getting that. So Ishan's in for reach only. Throw the risky tile out first. Fortunately, help Nazi out. Never know, might cause Nazi to overplay. We'll see. Oh, we're the only one with a reach option right now. Fortunately, this is a hand that has to be reach. Everybody else needs a thing. And Mono is apparently going Toy Toy. Presumably meaning she's got a bonus tile, because I don't imagine she'd just go Toy Toy at this point, but this has been a bit of a strange one. Chinitsu up top. Alright. Had enough of this. 3-6. I think people have lost the concept of defense as a plan. Myself included, possibly. Thank you. Reach only. 1,000 points. Oh, wait a minute. 2,000 points. What am I getting? Am I dealer? Oh, it's because I can't. Foo. Ah. Many foo. Many foo. Open cards, there's still the question for that. But in terms of closed cards, almost no reason not to. Unless you don't want to give away what your hand is. But that is those are the only 2 considerations. An open card you might not want, and yeah. No, absolutely, 16 food, so that's why I got quite a lot more points than that there. So I'm safe. We are currently 2 up, 2 down. So now the question is, can I take Mono down a few points? Because that would be the ideal situation for right now. Yeah, it's 16 open, 32 closed. So I think we are basically going with Operation Snipe Mono. So we will sumo, or we'll take a direct hit off Mono. We will not win in any other way at this point, assuming we get a chance, of course. Because we're not arrogant enough to assume we are going to get there. We just hope we'll get there. This also means we are now playing silent, I think. Especially with this hand. We don't need to do it with this hand. We got Tanyo, if nothing else. So I should probably be getting rid of this basically now because one of these two definitely wants it. Plus 30 puts me in contention, ultimately. That's the main point of it. It gets me out of 0. Or it gets me out of the negatives. Unfortunately, currently, the game is just not going... Oh, there we go. One to go. And we can call for Tanyo if we need to, but... Alright, that's actually fine. Nazi getting a 1100 hand. Situation basically unchanged. It's just now that Nazi is the one we need to target and take some points from. Or we can just sumo. Although it's unlikely we're doing it with this. This is a bit of a mess. Two edge weights paying off in... Okay, that's fine. We'll brisk the red here. I mean, 2 up, 2 down's fine, and we got enough of a points buffer that if Dingo were to say sumo a small hand, we'd be fine with that. Immediately draw another west. Okay, fine. This one's not ours. The signs have been given. The jam is not with us today. So just an FYI, isn't Nageshi a thing? I know it's not a thing, it's not a hand that exists, but is it a thing? Alright, that doesn't change anything. Except moves the game on one more. Alright, that's fine. I mean, it wasn't a hand that was going to happen, but, you know, 9 in... Again, 9 in against 2 Riichi, there was no way I was going to, you know, worry about that, but still, sometimes these things need to be considered. Alright. If we sumo, that puts us in absolute pound position. So... That's a really good hand, really. Yeah, we break that up. So we're going to have to go to the 153, break up, and see what happens here. But I think we're most likely going to push for just Green Dragon and Tenpai. Especially if we have a 7 early. Nazi's still attacking, which... I know the game's close still, so maybe that makes sense. But... Oh, a Green Dragon Tenpai. Or better yet, draw the 7 and just have Ippatsu and be able to try and snipe Nazi later. Drawing a 9 is interesting because that gives us the option of changing the hand up. So we can go to a 4-8 pair weight. I only need a few points off of Nazi for this to make a thing happen here. No, I don't want to. I need to be in a position where I can win, and I don't want to rely on the green dragon. So we're going to hold off a bit and see. There is that Sananko possibility as well, but Sananko would only be if I sumoed anyway. If I'm sumoing, I'm doing my job. So. Have a red 5. Have a 5. No red 5, obviously, in this format. No, we're not going Dragon Reliance here if we can avoid it. 8 turns in, no dragons, not been played, so we're going to assume somebody's just going to hold on to it or has the pair. So therefore we don't want to be relying on it for a win. Okay. So we're sumoing or taking the win off Nazi, ultimately. 2 hands to go. We need to get Nazi below 6,000. So one of those two things has to happen here. Oh, that's a pain. I think we're doing it. But it's a bad call. It's bad, but we go for it anyway. And now we might be forced to try and take the win, depending on how strong that is. Okay, they're just passing points back and forth. A lot of points to be sure. That's actually put you back up top, hasn't it? Darn it. Alright, we're in a 3-up, 1-down situation, which is the worst. So we need one of them to massively lose points here, so now we have to go for a direct hit. And it's got to be for at least a 2-han hand. Or I've got a sumo with something ridiculous. Okay. This is the sort of situation in hand where 7 pairs becomes the requirement here, because 7 pairs we can cheat for Hanneman. Except we can't get the Dora, so we can get Mungan with Reach and stuff and things. Alternatively, we got potentially Chanta. Yeah, we got potentially Chanta and Ippatsu as well. So go Reach, Chanta, Ippatsu. Ultimately, I got to do something with this here. And Nazi's got the quick attack off. So 7 pairs, or we need the Chanta stuff to start happening. Or both. Sananko? Well, we'll see. Dingo winning with a low sumo would probably going to be our best other option here. But I think any sumo that would be large enough to knock Mono down to below 6,000 would also definitely take us down. So, it'd be different if Mono was Videla, but... okay. My confidence is waning, and we're running out of things that help us. Ultimately, I tried to force a hand, and it hasn't paid off. Sometimes it does. Good news is we have tons of safe tiles, if nothing else. But I basically have to draw into 7 pairs in the next 2 draws to have any shot at a victory here. That does not look like what's happening. This was live as well. Yeah. Eight safe. Okay, 2 up, 2 down. We'll take that. There weren't a lot of easy ways of doing anything with that, and the only hand we had that would get high enough value to knock all 3 players down was a little optimistic. Well, that's 2 up, 2 down, and we avoided dealing to others for 8 games. Hooray! Achievement unlocked. I'm probably going to call it a stream here because I am getting on the tight end and I've played a lot of random matches today. I'm still on negative points, unfortunately, but well. We shall end it there. Thanks for joining us. For those of you joining on the stream, this is still ongoing. I'm sure they'll be happy to have a few more matches with people, but I am personally out of it for the time being. So, until the next stream, which will be Tiles Confusion on Friday evenings as usual. Until then.